Alright, I may as well get this over with. I've tried to make this video twice, and I've stopped both times because the balls have an annoying habit of going in sometimes when I don't want them to go in, don't expect them to go in, and they have an annoying habit of missing when I think they're going to go in. So I've stopped because I wanted to make a video of the balls demonstrating what I'm trying to describe. And I have a saying when I make videos for myself, and it's pay attention to what I say, not what I do. And so I got to say that here. I just had this table recovered today. Someone is 860HR. So it's slick. It is slick cloth. I've got a heater running under there to maybe dry it out from the humidity. So this is a fast table. And everybody knows that plays any bank pool at all is fast table. New cloth means banks are going to go longer than they might otherwise go. And I can demonstrate that. This shot right here is dead. I have a dot at each diamond intersection all around the table. This cue ball is on this intersection. This 5 ball is on this intersection. A dead straight shot under normal circumstances will either go in or rattle the pocket. This is not normal circumstances. This is brand new cloth. This is about 4 hours old on the table. So this shot's going to go long. And that's what's going to happen forever on new cloth. That shot is going to go long. And everybody says this. You watch Accustats, pay-per-view, full DVDs, whatever. New cloth, banks are going to go long. This is only true in some cases. In cases where I'm going in to the rail at a fairly shallow angle. This is probably a 45-degree angle. By going at less of an angle, like another dead shot that I had. It's from this diamond to this diamond. This shot is not quite as dead, but it's going to rattle or it's going to go in under normal circumstances. And here, yeah, it's going to go long, new cloth. And what's happening is the ball is coming into the rail, and instead of bouncing off, it's going into the rail, sliding a little bit, and then finally bouncing off. So instead of bouncing off here and going towards the pocket, it's bouncing off down here and going long. Whether or not that is exactly what is happening, I don't know, but it describes it well enough for me. What I haven't ever really seen mentioned is on new cloth, some banks will come shorter than that. And I guess you have to keep in mind, you can already know that bank pool is typically shot, banks are typically shot at a firm speed. There's not a lot of pocket speed stuff in the bank pool. There is certainly some, but there's not a lot. So let's talk about another dead bank. On this diamond, straight at this piece of chalk. This is 1.2 diamonds up. This shot is dead under normal circumstances. But again, I don't have normal circumstances. I have new cloth. Oh, so the shot's going to go long. No. In this case, this shot is going to go short. So I'll attempt to demonstrate that, and then I'll show you why I think that's happening. Straight at it, again, firm speed, it's going to go short. This is why I think this happens. Again, it may not be why it happens, but it explains it well enough for me. This cloth is so slick and so new that the 5 is getting to that rail, basically still sliding. It doesn't have any forward roll like Like if it had a bunch of forward roll when it got there, it might help it to lengthen out. But it's basically sliding. Then it comes off that rail and slides again to come back over here. No forward roll helped it lengthen out at that contact, and there's no forward roll helping it to lengthen out as it comes towards this pocket. It's basically just sliding everywhere. This is, as I said, what this explains what happens. Whether or not it is exactly what's happening, I don't know. And it looks to me like the 5 is rolling. Maybe not rolling as much as it might otherwise be. All I really know is that bank is not really one that should ever be missed by anybody that calls themselves a bankroll player at all. But on new cloth, it's going to come short. On a shot like this is one you might have seen John Brumback shoot, like his warm-ups on his DVDs. Long cross corner on their 5 here. He'll shoot this shot and make it 815 times in a row. On brand new cloth, however, this shot's going to go long. It's going to go long because the 5 is going to hit that rail, slide down a little bit before it releases back. It's what's going to happen. I've shot it enough times that I know that that's what's going to happen. I don't think I hit that ball quite dead solid. This 5 is halfway between this diamond and this diamond. This cue ball is halfway between this dot and this dot. I don't think I quite hit it dead on. It is a dead on shot. That it, under normal circumstances, will go in the pocket. In the cloth, it won't. It'll go long. All right, so how do you adjust for that? I go through this every year when I go to Derby City Classic. The tables there usually have new cloth, and they almost always play really fast compared to this table down here. So every year I have to figure out how to adjust. If I'm going to get on this shot right here, I'm going to adjust it. I know it's going to go long. This is one of the warm-up shots I do when I'm practicing before a match. Is I'll shoot this shot a few times and just see what happens. At Derby, it's almost always long. So what can I do? I got to get the 5 to hit the rail further towards my end of the table. I can do it by cutting it. I can do it by putting a little bit of left ends on the 5. I put some left ends on the 5, transfers English, it'll shorten the shot up. But it's so touchy. It's very touchy. It doesn't take much English at all to shorten the ball up too much. You get a little bit more leeway on the cut shot. I just want to change the cut on the 5. Now I'm going to cut the 5 a little bit to my right. It's not going to be a dead straight shot. It's just a slight cut to my right. You have a little bit more leeway on that, but it still has to be done. It has to be recognized. As I said, I win the Derby every year. I know this is another dead shot right here. Ozzie ball at this intersection, cue ball at this intersection. This is another dead cross corner. I'm going to Derby, and this is one of the shots that I shoot. Just so happens that's kind of in the sweet spot, where it doesn't really go any longer or shorter. Shots that come in more shallow than that are going to go long. Shots that come in steeper than that, and in the first rail steeper, are going to go short. I don't have a lot of dead shots that happen to correspond directly to my dots and stuff all the way through here. So I just kind of go by other things. This shot right here, cross corner on the 8. From this opposite side pocket to 1.5 diamonds is a dead shot under normal circumstances. Yep. It's either going to go short or it's going to go in. There is an area where you don't have to worry about oh my gosh, it's new cloth. There is a range of angles where you don't have to worry about that. And that's one of the things that people they don't ever mention that. All they ever really mention is that banks go long on new cloth. Banks don't always go long on new cloth. They don't always do it. Sometimes they go in a hole on new cloth. Just like that same bank would have worked earlier this morning before I had this thing recovered. It had 4-year-old cloth on it. That bank would have still gone in. Because I was in that range of angles where the newness of the cloth doesn't matter. If I get down steep enough, then I have to worry about balls coming short. I have to be able to adjust that. I have to be able to adjust what's going to happen depending on if it's coming in steep or if it's coming in shallow. That's really what I wanted to say on the video. The balls were not cooperating with me earlier to where I could say something and demonstrate it immediately. I'm doing a little bit better now, except I missed that one stupid shot. I missed it. That wasn't because I misjudged the table. That's because I'm a human being and I missed a shot. 5-2. 5-2. This is a dead shot in normal circumstances. I believe that I'm in the range of angles where this ball is still a dead shot. It's not going to go long because of new cloth. It's not going to go short because of new cloth. It's still going to go in the pocket. That's what I think is going to happen. It came short. Let's try it one more time, just in case I screwed up and missed. I'm trying to tell if I mishit the ball by whether the cue ball drifts off to the left or the right. And I forgot to even look that time to see what happened. As far as I'm concerned, that ball went in. It did jaw out. That was pretty close. I'm in that range where you don't have to make an adjustment because you're playing on fast cloth. I never hear anybody ever mention that. But I 100% believe it is true. At a firm speed, some shots go long, some shots go short on fast cloth. This is what happens. And because I consider myself to be a bank pool player, it's certainly my favorite game. I want to know this kind of shit. So I spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. Right now, I'm just trying to cross corner this 8. This 8 is doing so much sliding. It may not be possible to make it here. Probably is. But not the way that I just shot it. The way I shot it the first time was basically trying to cut it down here and have the natural rebound angle. What you can't make it that way. I don't want to get too far into that. I don't have all that shit mastered anyway. But yeah, so there's the deal. Somebody tells you new cloth, banks are going to go long. You can now say, but not all the time. There are some shots where new cloth will make a bank shot go short. Those shots happen to be those that enter that rail at a steep angle. Can make the ball go short. And nobody ever talks about that. And I just talked about it. So there. Bye.